Hi everyone, hope you have had a good Model 2 so far. The darker side of social media isn't always pretty. In this video, we cover harmful phenomena on social media platforms, but also how to improve your audience's media and information literacy skills. We'll also try to find perspectives that can ease the challenges of online harassment. We all have seen creators getting attacked on digital and social media platforms. Individuals too. People's behavior on socials can be tough to handle. Different tactics are used to silence people, and cyberbullying is more common than ever. When a creator is targeted on social media, it's very hard to decide whether you should respond or react somehow or just leave it be. There are many aspects that should be thought when deciding what to do. Especially if you are an independent creator, do you have the resources to respond? If a journalist works for a company, digital and social platforms might be monitored by a team. That makes it easier to delegate, get support and actual help for a response. Especially if you are an independent creator, do you have the resources to respond? If a journalist works for a company, digital and social platforms might be monitored by a team. That makes it easier to delegate, get support and actual help for a response. If you want to respond to hate speech or discrimination, be mindful that it could actually lead to increased targeting against you. However, you can use it to your advantage, but thick skin is very needed here. You can use humor to show that you won't be silenced even when the harassment occurs. Correct false information or openly demonstrate what hate speech and harassment feels like. Sometimes it's important to show harmful comments or behavior to make the phenomenon more visible and real. We would love to hear some examples of how creators that you follow have responded to online harassment. Moderating can be a complicated mess, like really. A responsible journalist knows what's going on in their comment section. This should be the case with creators too. Sounds easy, but it might not be so simple depending on the volume of the comments. Even if your comments are uplifting, too much is still too much. We have had to employ extra moderators at my work so that we have been able to keep the comments open and discussions continuing. Time and other resources are needed, but sometimes you just have to close the comment section if it's getting too hard. This is of course something that is against the logic of social media. It might decrease your visibility when usually comments boost it. An even trickier question is how could we protect children from harmful content and online harassment on social media? We know that children face content about eating disorders and self-harm as soon as they join TikTok. In different parts of the world, solutions for protecting minors on social media platforms are very different. China has a teenager mode in their version of TikTok, Douyin, that is mandatory for users under 14. In this mode, you can use Douyin only for 40 minutes per day. What do you think? Should this be in use in other areas and platforms as well? Another interesting example comes from Denmark. They have banned advertisement of improper things for accounts that have underage followers. The law bans the advertisement of body modifications such as plastic surgery, dental whitening, weight loss products, and sugar dating for followers under the age of 18. While a lot can be done with new legislation and rules, I think the most protective measure is how we can all learn to better deal with these situations we face online. And that's where media and information literacy comes into play. In Model 3, we will dive deeper into how to recognize mis- and disinformation. But critical thinking skills are probably the most important skills here to make a difference in the current situation. When we refer to media and information literacy, we are not just talking about knowing how to identify and combat mis- and disinformation, but also how to critically evaluate and engage with media sources and content in a way that can help make the internet a safer space for all of us. Here's some tips for you to help in tough situations with audiences. Think twice before you post. Sometimes a feeling is so strong you aren't thinking clearly, so breathe and think twice, or very many times if needed, before answering to critiques or comments that aren't so nice. In an online harassment situation, it would be great if you could give your accounts to someone else to do the moderation. Helps a lot if you don't have to read all kinds of insulting comments directed to you. When posting, let someone you trust see your content first. That's a good way to get a second opinion before publishing. Less errors and afterthoughts. Give people the opportunity to go to the original source. Give links on where to get further information. If you're not sure, ask, collaborate, and share resources. As a creator, it might be sometimes lonely, but it doesn't have to be.